Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Here's a throw off the scramble, and that's complete out left. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Got him in, it's Brown. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Now Goff on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Now a 1st down throw. Goff. Going up top. Touchdown! David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long.
From the gun, Crosby. This is caught. It's Brown. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They'll look to throw again. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 29-yard line. Back to throw again. He'll get this complete to Batson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And this Titans offense continues to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring it. Down just outside of the 15. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A big play that time on the catch and run. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack. Second and 13. Steps away. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. The Jaguars on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16. And this is caught at the 8. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jags get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. On the move to his left. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown. He'll kick this one away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsell? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here? Tell us, stretch this thing out a little bit.
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep them here.
Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Titans. Cameron Batson, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Titans are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Steps away to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs.
Single. 31's the mic. Get the ball. 31's the mic. Here we go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the Jaguars send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. He's going to field this at the 4. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now is dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right?
Yes,
as the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off near the 44. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They'll set up a throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive under pressure, and they got to him again. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, a give to Evans.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Tennessee, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they